All right, so now we're going to get started with Unit 2, and this is your Grow Your List unit. And a lot of marketers talk about how the money is in the list, because the list, your customer list, your prospect list, your former customer list, any list that you can communicate with um, has a couple of preconditions to it that are important. One is that they already know of you. Maybe they've already bought from you, so they've already sort of overcome that hurdle. But the most important thing is that you can actually communicate with them. You can today send them a message, whether that's a special offer, whether that is an opportunity, whatever it is. You can communicate with those people in a different way than you can communicate with people who you don't have on a list. So we're going to be focusing on making sure that you're building your list. And a lot of people call that your herd. They call that your sphere of influence. The goal is to have this growing list of people who know what you do and who are in your target market. This is not a business network, right? These are your customers or prospective customers or former customers. And we want to build a long-term relationship with them so that they will continue to listen to us, as opposed to kind of the drive-by, deal with their problem and move on type approach. So this is really the approach here, is how do we use marketing, lead generation, advertising, and bait, which we'll talk about what bait is, in order to attract people, put them into your list, and then later on, we're going to talk in a subsequent unit, we're going to talk about farming your list. How do you keep maintaining communication with your list? But today, we just really want to go from whatever your number is right now, and I'm sure you've identified that on the diagnostic, to bigger, 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 bigger on an ongoing way. We want to be growing your list. So if you haven't already, you're going to do a lead generation diagnostic just to talk about what your current list is, how you grow it. What do you do to attract new people? How do they get into your list? Sort of how you communicate with your list, but we'll talk about that, moving forward. So right now it's just a matter of where you are versus where you'll be at the end of 4 weeks. And we're going to talk about a few different things. We're going to talk about creating bait, and you'll hear me talk about bait and sort of redefining bait as big advice, information, and tools that you can put out into the world and attract the right people. So if you're a carpenter, then it might be how to fix things or how to identify problems. If you're a chiropractor, it might be how to fix things or identify problems. It might be stuff about good stretches. It could be things about success stories of your clients. Anything that you can put out there that will make somebody give you, say, hey, listen, this guy or gal seems like he knows what he's doing. Let me connect with him, right? So you're going to be building that list through your social media, through your paid advertising, through your networking, all of that stuff. We're going to specifically talk about how to share bait regularly through social media. We're going to talk about speaking engagements, and we're going to talk about sharing your bait through your business network. But your bait has one real quantifiable purpose, which is to grow your list. We want people to say, hey, this is somebody I want to connect with. Let me give him or her my contact information so that I can get this thing, this bait that he is giving me. And so we're going to just watch that and make sure that you're growing your list. If you have nobody on your list, that'll be easy. We'll start growing it from day one. If you have 10,000 people on your list, great. We'll talk about how to grow it more. Okay.